What is up, guys? We are back with another video, and this is going to be about how I think or how I go about building. So let's just get right into this video. First thing I always do, let me show you right here. This is not for this specific video, but I always find concept art for stuff that I'm going to build. So like all of these right here, if I click them, these are like concept art for different things. I'm pretty sure you've seen that build before. I have this in here. This is for the lobby of the place. So all of these things are what I use for when I'm creating like a place or something, anything that I'm building. I'm going to use concept art because that helps me visualize things better. It helps me, you can put together pieces, so not everything is just made completely from scratch. That's just how I like to do it. You can start from scratch, but I just find concept art a lot easier to use. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to start doing first. So in this video, we're going to be building my office for SHIGUTO. If you haven't seen them, follow them. I think their Twitter is at SHIGUTO _ RBLX. Let's just go right into concept art. So the first thing, let's see, what do I want to make? I don't know. I feel like a sci-fi room concept. So this is literally how I find concept art. I just go on Google, put in whatever I want to find, and put in concept, and then we can find something that just kind of pops out and that I want to include. This doesn't always work, but it's usually my go-to. So I'll kind of scroll through. I'll probably skip through some of this because it's just me looking at stuff. And when I find something that's good, I'll get back to you. Alright, so I'm back, and I found 4 concept art things right here. 4 images. Let me just open all of them. Hold on. I was just scrolling through Google. I know I said sci-fi in the beginning, but I kind of scrolled around and ended up picking more apocalyptic kind of stuff, and you can tell that all of these kind of have the same theme ish, and that's kind of what you're looking for when you're going through concept art. You want to find something that doesn't conflict too much, but at the same time you don't want something that's like, shows you the exact same stuff in all images. So like this right here, I was thinking of literally just using the washers and maybe the floor. Not sure about the floor, but definitely the laundry stuff, and this board right here in the back with post-its. This little robot kind of thing just stood out to me, so I might include that. Maybe some shelves, and the way this room is laid out is pretty nice too. And this one is just the layout of the room is really nice. I just like how this is with all the everything's all clustered in here. So yeah, that's kind of why I picked mine. But I mean, you can pick whatever you want. It's just get something that you like different aspects of, so you can put it into the build. So now let me open up Studio, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we're back, and this is I have Studio opened up here. Actually, I'm gonna lower down my alright, it's already at 16 so I don't lag. Close that, and this is the office template that SHIGUTO gave out for making our offices. So I'm just going to set to the increments that I'm probably going to be using for now. I'm probably going to change it to 0.1 later, but 0.2 is good for now. I just want to move this up so I got room to work. And let's open up, close this, one of these. Let's see, I don't know, let's start with just the layout ones. No, not that one. Actually, yeah, that one and this one. So these two are what I'm going to be primarily using. The only thing that kind of sucks is that I'm not going to be able to include these windows unless because these are put into kind of slots in the place, and I can't really have a window on the side here, which kind of sucks, but there are workarounds to that. I just have to make the room a little bit smaller. You know what? I'm actually going to do that. So the thing with building for this project, it's a little bit different because I can't adjust the lighting, I can't adjust the fog, I can't add bloom and all that stuff because it's not really my place. It's a shared place. So I'm gonna have to work with whatever lighting they have in there. And one way I can get around that is by including my own windows. So I'm probably going to include like this kind of window and just put them on the end here, because I'm assuming that this is where the door is going to be, or maybe not the door, the other end of the office. So what I'm going to do is, let me just insert a part right here, is I'm just going to cut this a little bit short, just give a little bit of room so that way I can put a neon thing here, a neon brick, a really thin one. I don't want to take up that much room. So when I put a window here, it just looks like it's looking outside, and it looks like a really bright light. You'll see what I mean after I set this up. But basically right now I'm just trying to lay out the room. There's not much to it. I'm just trying to picture in my head what I want the room to look like. So this lighting looks good. You kind of have to multitask when you're building. You got to make sure that you don't have to picture every little detail, but make sure you're like, as you're going along, you know what's going where, stuff like that. So let me refer back to the concept art. So it looks like a concrete kind of wall. The window is just a basic window style. So I guess I'll put 2 of them in here, or maybe one big one with like a little, let's do one big window. And I always keep in mind the perspective of the player. So a player is 5 tall right here, you can see in the bottom left. So you want the window to end around 3 if you want it to be realistic, because 3 would mean it goes up to kind of just the middle of your torso, which is where most windows probably end up. It really depends, but you want to make sure you keep perspective in mind. Let me put this all the way. No, actually, let's move this back just a little bit, maybe by 1, so that we don't have or 0.8, so that we don't have them too close against the light. And let me change this to like a concrete there. Put this to grayish color. Or do I want wood? Okay, let's just go with wood for now, and put this out a little bit more. 1, okay, and then we'll just make the little ledge right now. 0.2, bring it out here, and we'll cut this down to let's say 10. And you know what? Let's go all the way across, and then out here we're just gonna have the concrete slabs on the sides. Now I'm using a lot of hotkeys that you might not know. You can kind of try to follow along here. Just look at the little hotkeys on the right. But I'm not going to really be stopping, because this video is more of me just going along. I have another video already about the hotkeys and learning the hotkeys and stuff like that you can look at. I'll put a link to that too below. But for now, we're just sticking with just going along with it. So let's do 4 on each side. I kind of want to have like shelves on the side, so let's go 5, and let's just keep it symmetrical for now. And we'll raise these up to, I don't know, 3. No, it's a little bit 2.4. Okay, and I want little spaces to be in between these, so I'm going to stack them up first, all the way up, and then we'll have one big slab on the top just to cover it, all the way across. You got the window in the middle here, and to make these to have a little gap, you know how like walls have let me see if I can find it in here. Okay, yeah, see on the left here, let me get on the left, you can have these little lines here. You don't have to resize it by 0.1 or whatever. The easiest way to do it is you just add a mesh to it and make it block, and then let's just change this to like 0.99 and 0.99. Oh wait, let's gotta play with the dimensions. And now I should have lines. Yeah, okay. So now you can see the lines. So I think those are a little bit too small, so let me just change this to 0.97 instead. Actually, let's keep this to 0.99. And okay, that's better. So now you can see through it, and we don't want that either. So I'm going to remove the mesh from this one, close this up. Removing the mesh just makes it a full brick, so that way it takes up those gaps again. Let me make this dark, and let's actually, I want to change my increment to something smaller. This is where you kind of play with, like, you gotta play around with stuff and just kind of experiment. I've done this before, so like I'm really quick with it, but a lot of you would probably be like, what the hell is he doing? And I just realized that these are only vertical, so I don't even want to change the edge sizes. I want the sides to reach all the way to the end, and I just want the top to be a little bit shorter, so that way we make those little gaps. See now, okay, hold on, let me take this, let me try to select this big brick, okay, and make this just a little bit inside, and we'll move this all the way across, and now it looks better than it was before. I still don't know why this just doesn't feel right. Maybe it's because I don't have the window sill yet. Yeah, okay, that's definitely it. So I guess just to prevent my brain from exploding, let's just add in the window sill. So this kind of goes in a little bit, so I need to move this in a little bit too, and just so it doesn't conflict, I need to pull it out, so that we don't have like overlapping parts, or you don't have like little gaps. I'm gonna make this metal, and let's go with like a darker white like that, and go up to here. Oh, this has a mesh, let me remove that and put that all the way up. So the same with this side, you have a little gap, so I just need to move it in more, and let me just finish this up. Well, okay, it's 0.3, make sure they're all the same, and there we go. So now we have this little, actually I kind of want to make this just, I don't know if that's really going to make a difference, but for me it just feels like it makes a difference. And now we got the window here, and let me refer back to that image. Just want to make sure the windowsill just feels a little bit off, I'm not sure why. Okay, so it should be the same here, like that, or a little bit in. There we go. Let me check if this is the same. I'm always making sure that the increments are the same, because I don't want the increments to come out of control, you know. I don't want them to look weird. So there, okay, that feels more like a window now. Now I'm not sure about the bottom, what I should do about the bottom here. I guess I'll just leave it, and okay, let me just add a layer up here. That's what holds the blinds. Let me just put it up here, make it a little bit smaller, and go all the way out, and maybe raise this to like 0.5. Bring it, there we go. Okay, so that, I don't want the little concrete to be showing, so I'm going to move it just a little bit, and now this looks more like a window. Okay, so then next would be adding in the little glass. The glass is kind of hard to experiment around with, because I haven't really done too much experimenting with it yet, but for now we're just gonna, I don't have my graphics up all the way either, so it's not gonna look the best, but we'll just have to work with it for now. And let's change the transparency, 0.5, nah, that's 0.8. There we go. So that way it looks more like a glass. You know what, let's add some reflectance too, maybe like 0.25 or something. And that lighting, it looks kind of weird right now, but you know, trust me, it's gonna look a lot better. You just have to kind of picture in your head, because most people stop building because they think it looks bad like midway through, when they haven't even like waited for it to actually be finished. But if you're just patient with it, eventually it's gonna look like how you want it. So right now it has, oh, there's actually a little bit of the what do you call that, refraction, but I don't really like how that looks, but we'll just keep it in for now. And we're gonna add the blinds. So the blinds have like little strings that come in from the sides. Let's just go maybe 0.5 in, and 0.5 actually, that's still a little bit too close. Let's do 0.8 in. There's a lot of numbers that go into building that a lot of people don't really realize. See, like I'm trying to memorize all these little increments and stuff that you have to know, or you don't have to, but it makes it a lot easier when you're actually building. So let's make that a dark color and bring these down to like, I want it to go all the way down. Yeah, let's go all the way down to like 9. And now we got the strings coming down. So after that, we're just going to add in the little plastic, there we go. What do you call these things? I don't even know what these are called, but let's change the increment for this. And we just gotta, this is just a lot of copy and pasting. Changing the increments really fast. Do I like I like it going up because then it blocks the sun out. That's also less work for me from the lighting perspective. So we're gonna go angled up, and then we're gonna make sure the increments are the same here. So 0.4 looks good. So now we're gonna change all these to 0.4 increments, so that way it can be a lot faster. And I'll just select all these and just keep copy pasting them down. I kind of want to have broken like a broken pane or whatever these things are called, so I'll add that later, but for now this is fine. And I need to add like the little, what do you call these things? Actually, this needs to come out a little bit more now that I'm looking at it. That's the other thing, you got to kind of adjust your build as you go along. So let me add in, let me change the increment back. Whatever you call these things, the things that the things that you spin to make it to change the blinds or whatever. Let's add that. Let's make it down to, actually your guy needs to be able to reach it, so let's go down to 5. And I don't like how it's like too symmetrical, it's like overlapping, so let's move it over here. And now we got that those spinny thing that adjusts the panes. Now I think these are all too adjust or too slanted, or they block the light too much, so we're gonna fix that. Let me just make sure I unselect everything that I don't want to change, and I like just moving this just to see what else I grabbed. Okay, so I have the lighting, and alright, now we just have these. So let's change that to local, so we're only adjusting each individual. You know what? Let's just go up. No, I don't like that. Like this, maybe. Okay, but now these are way too dark. We're gonna make these both lighter and thinner so they don't show as much. Add another mesh. Let's go with, you know what? Maybe I will stick with, yeah, let's stick with the head mesh. And we'll just make sure that the top doesn't show. Move that up a little bit. And change this to 0.5, I guess. Alright, there we go. Let's add a head mesh to this too. And put the top so that way. Then now it feels more like a that thing. That's what I'm gonna call it throughout the rest of this build, just that thing, because I don't know what the hell it's called. But that looks good so far. Okay. Now let's go back to this. So we got like a little desk in front of it with a bunch of stuff on it. I'm not sure if I want to include that yet, but let's work on the I want to take this thing on the top left and add that in, the little, it looks like an air conditioning kind of thing. So now I want to have this as a reference, so I'll put this right here, and we're gonna add that in right now. So let me bring this out all the way to the line, and move another one in here. Oops. And move that in here. Resize this. We're gonna make this metal. Yeah, that's a good color already. Actually, let's make it a little bit brighter. Then I'm debating whether I want to have the circles come out and make it realistic, or yeah, let's just make it as realistic as possible. So we're gonna add a cylinder. This is when we use some CSG, and make sure that this doesn't rotate on the wrong axis. So we got to make sure it's the same dimensions on this axis going across this way and this axis going this way. So it looks about the same. So let's change this to 30 or 15, so that way I can just see the rotation more, and that's exactly 90. I don't want to go that far in, maybe like here, and I want 2 of them, but with a little space on each side. So let's change this back to 0.2, 0.6 from the edge, and this side 0.6 from the edge. It's a little bit too close together. Let's move them back. Alright, I like that. And then I want to have a little lip on the edge, so I'm going to copy and paste both of these. And I'm going to make both of them just slightly bigger. Yeah, by 0.1. Change this to 0.1. And then I want to have just the lip go out like that. So that way I can cut into both of these and just make this a little bit shorter, so it cuts in to those cylinders. Then we're just going to negate these. Up here, negate. And then we can union that, and then we're good to go. Now we got that little that fan look. You know, there's a lot of little details in here, like the little line here that I don't really care to include. Actually, now I kind of regret that. I need the separate. I need these things, and we're gonna delete these. The small. Okay, and then we go down back in here. Make sure it fits. Let's go up to maybe right here, and then we're gonna add the blades in. The blades really aren't that hard. So we got a little circular piece in the middle, this dark gray. We'll just resize that to maybe right there. Same with this side. And then we'll copy. Oh, okay. Alright, there we go. And we'll get a little, remove the mesh from that. Move this out, oops, to the edge here. Make it a thin blade, and we'll rotate them just a little bit, so they're like fan blades, like that. And it shouldn't be coming out. Alright, there we go. Then we'll just I don't know how to do this with both at the same time, so I'm just gonna do it this one. Actually, yeah, let's just do it this one for now. Select the middle, so it rotates around the middle, 30. So I gotta remember that that's actually, let's make them not symmetrical, so let's go this one, move it by just 20 going up, and then copy and paste that and rotate by 30 or 90, and then do it again until we have 4 blades. Ooh. And we do the same for the other side. I gotta keep moving the camera, it's kind of annoying, but and there we go. Now we got the little fan things. I will probably add the little bolts later. Now this just seems too bright, so we're just gonna change the color of this maybe a little bit darker, like that. That's good. And now we got the little fan, and there's a lot of wiring up here. I don't know if I'm gonna add that yet. This is actually, so okay, maybe I want a shelf on this side, and this side is gonna be like in the image where we have look papers and stuff. So let's work on the shelf. So we're gonna raise this up to here and resize this. Now I want it to be symmetrical, so we're gonna make sure it goes all the way across. Does it? No, one more. And then let's resize it to 3.2, 3.6. Okay, I'll lower it a little bit more and raise this up to 0.4. And I don't like, okay, there we go. So 2, that should be good enough for a shelf. Actually that might even be too much. Let's go to 0.8, 1.8, and then raise this 0.4, put it on the other side, and go up to, let's say 6 for now. And then we can add like a big air conditioning duct, like this thing on the top. You know what, I'm gonna go down a little bit, 5.6, so this is 6 tall, or 6.4 tall, whatever it is. I'm gonna have to add the backing. Let's just go 0.2. I don't want to take up that much room. Oh, and go all the way across. And we'll add the little shelves in later, but that's going to be it for now. This kind of went on too long. I'm going to have to edit a lot of stuff out. But anyways, we're going to work on this a little bit more later. That's just kind of the beginning of my thought process. You know, next time I'm going to add like the desk and stuff, and I'll show you how to lay out a room when you're building. But for now, this is looking pretty good. I don't really know about if I'm going to keep these things on the sides, but we'll see. We'll just keep going along with it until the end, and then fix it later. But for now, please leave a like and subscribe if you like these kind of videos, and leave any comments for suggestions for future videos or anything like that in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Peace out.